Today in the Cheapo Spotlight, a brand new internal battery resistance tester from Ranvi. It's the PBRM-1. Here we go. And a big shout out to Ranvi. Thanks so much for sending it in for this review. Brand new internal battery resistance tester from Ranvi. This is a cool test instrument. I gotta say, at first I thought this was all fluff. Honestly, I thought, why bother? Internal resistance? Nah. Well, guess what? It's actually a really super useful tool, especially if you have a ton of batteries. Hey, this helped me sort out my 18650 dilemma real quick and easy. I'll show you how. Right off the get-go, look at that. 1 kilohertz is our test signal. 1 kilohertz, 4-wire Kelvin clip, 1200 milliamp internal rechargeable lithium battery, and a gorgeous 2.8-inch TFT display. Yeah, that is a good-looking screen. It comes with those 4-pin Kelvin test leads because you want to have accuracy. Hey, we're talking milliohms here. It is all about high accuracy. Unit itself charged by that USB-C port right there. I love it. No having to worry about batteries and that other dilemma. No, we just want to test them. We don't have to worry about them. There's the connector for the Kelvin test clip. Very nicely done. Metal insert, the whole 9 yards. No cheap plastic going on here. This is a quality test instrument. Feels great in the hand, and as a bonus, it has that nice tilt stand. Really solid, actually clips into place when you've got it where you want it. And boy, oh boy, is that thing ever secure. Charging is super easy breezy as well. Connects via that USB-C cable. And look at that, as you're charging, you can also use the device. Awesome. Of course, first thing we're going to do is test those clips. Do we have any resistance? And obviously not. Whew, thank goodness. Okay, what ideally is internal resistance? Well, today, best case scenario, there shouldn't be any. Absolutely none. 0. That would be the base case scenario, but it's not going to happen. Because in reality, always internal resistance is going to be there. It's always going to exist. But ideally, if you can find the lowest internal resistance on a specific battery, for instance, that will generally yield the best performance. So the lower the internal resistance reading, the better that battery should perform. Now, age, condition, that's all going to affect the battery to a degree. And once the battery is affected, so too is the internal resistance. So older batteries tend to have a higher internal resistance. So that's good to remember. And high internal resistance, well, that can lead to voltage drops, especially under loads. Well, that means lousy performance or reduced performance, and you can have some potential overheating issues as well. Okay, let's start testing some batteries, shall we? Here we are looking at a 1.5 milliamp. This is the POWXS 3200 milliamp hour battery, 250 or so milliohm. Not bad. Here's an 18650. This is a Samsung. I pulled this out of one of those dual battery packs way back when. And these are good batteries. Look at that. 30-ish, 40-ish, 30-ish, 35, 32. 32 milliohm. Yeah, it takes a little while to kick in, but wow, that is a darn good internal resistance. And that battery is not exactly new. So yeah, as I said before, the older battery gets, the higher the internal resistance. So that is pretty decent performance. I really like those Samsungs. If you ever find them, grab them. Here's another standard OEM brand, 18650. Let's compare that to the Samsung, shall we? And what do we have here? Let's get these clips onto that battery. A little awkward at times here. Come on, there we go. And here we're looking at, yeah, definitely higher internal resistance than that Samsung. Around 75-ish milliohm. So yeah, there you go. Definitely not in the same range as that Samsung, pushing out 3.8 volts, as you can see as well from the battery tester. So yeah. Very cool way, once again. So if you're going to be taking an 18650 battery, you know, which one are you going to choose? Another 1860 from Samsung. Once again, good quality batteries. Here is another OEM. I have no idea where this one came from. And what do we have here? 3.4 volts. And just pale comparison again to those Samsung. So, you know, this little device shows me just how good those Samsung 18650s are in the long haul. Really good batteries. Here's one of those off-brand Yanai 18650s, and wow, look at that. And this is actually a new battery. So twice the internal resistance as the Samsung. Here's a small little Panasonic. This was going to be used to replace a multimeter, a benchtop meter. And oh my goodness. Wow. Over 700 milliohm. Whoa, that was... Okay, here we go. Another one of those OEMs. This one, really bad. Taking a while for it to settle again, but wow, look at that high internal resistance. So, garbage. Garbage. Yeah. Okay, here we got a 9-volt from Amazon. Boy, I really like these Amazon batteries. Cheap, and they seem to do pretty well. Basically, for 9-volt, you're looking at normal internal resistance of 1 to 2 ohms, and there we are, 1.5 ohms. So that is definitely A-okay. Now, once again, when the battery gets older, that is going to get a little bit higher. Here's a AAA, no name. See a lot of these on the cheap old round multimeters they ship with, not doing so hot. Hey, this is cool. Now, check this out. Yes, this is a capacitor, not a battery. And look at that. We're actually getting a 353 milliohm. And guess what? Look at that. There's my Sandwile CR meter coming in at 360 milliohm. Not just capacitors. Check it out. This is a 5 ohm resistor coming at 5.19 ohm. Yeah, this is an oldie too. So, internal battery tester, yes. Capacitance meter, yes. Resistance tester, yes. Once again, look at this. The microfarad, 463.02 milliohm internal resistance, and this is a 460 microfarad cap. So you can use this to check your capacitors. Very, very cool. Oh, wow. Oh, whoa, whoa. We just had a little spark there. What the heck was that all about? 4.1 volt. 23 milliohm. So that is a pretty good battery. I have no idea where the heck that one came from. And what was that spark all about? Good God. At the Ranvi website right now, here is the spiel on the battery tester, internal resistance tester. Quickly test those lithium batteries. Portable, user-friendly, customizable features. Lots going on. Pretty good pricing right now as well. Check out the link in the description below. Suffice to say, I'm pretty impressed thus far with this little internal resistance battery tester. Okay, I think it is time we take a look on the inside and just see how well this little guy's made. Already teardown time. Here we go. Boy, is that ever clean looking internals? What do you think? Love it. Super, super clean. I mean, this is one nice looking board. There was that ribbon cable attached to this connector here. I just took that off ever so gently. Look, even a little bit of shielding as well on the other side of that meter. Very, very nice. So, you know what I think about shielding? I love it. Okay, so we have that rubber menu button. Nice thick rubber. Just going to take that off, and lo and behold, underneath we have our little push buttons that make contact with that membrane. And coming in for a closer look, that's what I'm saying about this nice clean board. Oh, so clean. It's actually really thick PCB as well. Nice tracks. I mean, we're talking completely clean here. No flux, no nothing. Good looking SMD. Now, very interesting, we have this membrane on the outside here. We have 6 Phillips screws, and we take those screws off, and lo and behold, easy breezy access. Here we have our USB-C connector as well as that 2-pin red-black connector for the lithium battery. A couple of capacitors. And generally, just a really nice clean. Now the brains of the unit are powered by an ARM processor, 32-bit Cortex M4 CPU. That is one nice looking chip. 1 megabyte of flash memory, the whole 9 yards on board. This thing rocks. And that's probably why the performance has been so stellar with this unit. Lots of functionality as well in the settings menu. You can see here we have different presets. We have the language, in this case, English or Chinese. Shutdown time, right now I have it set to off or no shutdown, but you can have it set for 15 or 30 minutes as well. You can do a hard reset to factory default settings, and you can actually change the colors of the display. So I like everything is by default, so I'm just leaving that as is. We can get to the next setting as well. calibration. Now this is calibrated from the factory. If you think it's out of calibration or you somehow mess around and you lose calibration, no worries. You can either self-calibrate it or do a factory reset. Finally, we have our sorting. This is a pretty cool feature. So if you're doing lots of sorting, lots of different batteries, and you want to have specific presets, whether that's for voltage or for resistance, internal resistance, hey, it's up to you. You can do it all here from your sorting menu. All in all, a lot going on under the hood. Closing thoughts of the PBRM-1 internal resistance battery tester. Oh yes, and yes, this is a very cool test instrument. Man, it works well, it works well. It does what it says it's gonna do, and even a bit more. Hey, this is great for testing not only batteries, but capacitors as well. Yeah, you get that internal resistance, also known as ESR, and it is pretty darn close to way more expensive LCR meters. That is a bonus. This meter also had some great build quality on the inside. Wow, internals were A+. I gotta say, well put together. Very, very nice to work with. Yeah, in terms of negativity, not much to say on the bad side. The only thing that's lacking or missing is a charging status indicator. A little LED would have been nice just to let you know the status, charging or not. Other than that though, this thing is the cat's meow. Ooh. The PBRM-1 internal resistance battery tester gets a solid 4 out of 5 stars. What a great test instrument on the inside as well as the out. Thanks for watching this review, everybody. Till the next one, keep on testing.